So, last things first, I'm going to make this better. How, you ask? With science. Everybody's probably seen this video. There's a lot of arguments on there as far as, this isn't shine. Well, whatever. It's not. But I'm not even going to get into that. But I am going to make it better. Unfortunately, I cannot stitch this video and do it the way I want to. So I will tag the original creator. But I'll show you how I'm going to improve it. First thing, I'm using apple brandy. This is 4-year-old bottled and bond 100 proof Hoosier apple brandy from Spirits of French Lick. I figure if you're going to make something apple shine, you may as well use an apple-based spirit, in my opinion, and not a neutral grain spirit, because then you're not imparting any good flavors. Secondly, I'm going to use a little bit of distillation math and proof it to where it should actually be proofed, in my opinion. Not a 2% alcohol or whatever the heck that was in that video, because they had like that much alcohol in a fifth, and I honestly couldn't even tell you what it was. But I'm going to have mine at about 66 proof, so I'm going to use some distillation math, and I'll kind of explain that here. So what you're going to want to do is take your current proof minus your desired proof, multiply that by your volume, and then divide that by your target proof. Thank you to Alan Bishop for that equation. Came straight from the pages of The Alchemist Cabinet Volume 1 Philosophy. I will say that I used a distilling calculator to make sure that I have my volumes right, but this is the way mine worked out. I'm going to need about 257 milliliters total to proof this down. Along with proofing it correctly, I'm also going to be inverting my sugar. I'm adding the sugar that I'm using, which is brown sugar, with my apple cider, a little bit of citric acid as well. So now that that's explained, the next thing I'm going to do is going to add a few more botanicals or spices to this. I'm going to be adding cinnamon stick, obviously, a little bit of ground nutmeg, some whole cloves. I'm going to be adding a little bit, and I mean a pinch of cayenne pepper, just to transfer that heat over that would be there with cinnamon that you expect, because as I've learned from Alan Bishop, my good friend and teacher, professor, I don't want to call him a head distiller, he'll be mad, the head alchemist, cinnamon flavor does come over on, fermentation, distillation, things like that, but the heat that you expect from that does not come over, or does not carry over well. So I'm adding a hint or a pinch of cayenne pepper. Also, I'm adding some ground nutmeg and a little bit of star anise, because I think it needs just a little bit of that in there as well. And the last thing I'm going to be doing is, it's not so much an improvement because these people didn't have to do it, but something that I know I'm going to have to do. And if you've listened to my podcast, hint, hint, you would know that I'd have to do this. So anytime you're working with a spirit that's not a neutral grain spirit, whether it's whiskey, brandy, bourbon, gin, aquavit, any type of spirit that's not a neutral grain spirit, you can cause some issues by proofing down too fast. With brandy, it's called saponification. It's really the same thing, whether it's gin, aquavit, absinthe, bourbon, whatever. But with brandy in particular, you can cause saponification, and what that is going to cause like a soapy, sudsy look to it. It can also have off-putting flavors. So I'm going to have to proof this down slow, so it's probably going to be a two-part video, mainly because I just want to get this one out. So you're going to have to come back for part 2. Now, I've put some things in here in this video, maybe to kind of lure you in, get you to go to my podcast, check it out. I hope y'all do. I hope you check out the podcast. I hope you share it with your friends, because I've been trying to get this one out here for a while. I'm also going to be putting this video on YouTube. I haven't put out any full videos on there yet as far as the fermentation, distillation, things like that goes. I've been just putting out shorts. So this is going to be on there as well. If you don't mind, check that out. Appreciate y'all. See y'all later.